From Random Secret Studios, all in Philadelphia, the Delaware Valley, and the worst parts of California.
I'm the capo. He's the prez.
And this is Sons of Ben, the pod. Gentlemen, welcome back to Sons of Ben, the pod. This is episode, Adam, this is episode not Bobby Abreu.
Not Bobby Abreu.
Not Bobby Abreu, no. Hugh Douglas. Episode number 53 is upon us. It's unbelievable. And to celebrate this, Adam and Devin, our next guest, all right, is the only way I can describe this. I'm going to quote the great comedian, one Kenny Banya. We got gold. We got gold, gents. Not your Mr. T starter set that you have, Adam. Not gold fillings kind of gold, guys. But we've got not one, not two, but 3 Olympic gold medals. She hails from Cincinnati, a proud alumni of the University of Florida. She's played for your Philadelphia Charge and the Independents. She was the face that launched Under Armour. Joel Embiid, you can thank her later. She's done it all in sports broadcasting and now is here to motivate you into becoming the Olympic champion of your own life. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Heather Mitts to the pod.
Yes, I love that. And I'm so excited because I'm a huge Hugh Douglas fan. So it's a huge honor to be on tonight. And this is fun. You guys are
The stars
hilarious.
aligned properly for you to show up on Hugh Douglas night, so I'm here for that as a whole.
Yeah.
No, I'm still here for
pumped.
Bobby Abreu night, but I'm the only person who values right fielders in this town. That's just me, I guess. I don't know.
Mr. September. He only showed up in September to get some stats. Come on.
Look, man, when you were in those chases with the Marlins back in the day, he was right there until the last day of the season when we lost and had to go back to not having the playoffs. It was a fun ride.
All right, well, while we're all being light and everything, speaking of legends, just real quick, R.I.P. to John Chaney. I know, Adam, you're a St. Joe's guy, so you weren't always loving the Chaney, but we all did, you know?
You can't be a fan of Philadelphia basketball and not respect John Chaney, not respect the type of person he was, and what he meant to the city of Philadelphia on and off the court. We were very blessed in Philadelphia to have a brotherhood of some of the top basketball coaches to participate in the Big Five, and it's tragic. It hurts, but it's beautiful to see not just Temple, but the whole city of Philadelphia come out and be like, yeah, John was our guy. That was our dude.
Yeah. The only thing I can say is, John, why couldn't you take Cal along with you? But Devin, Devin, let me do the housekeeping real quick before you yell at us, and then we can get to our guest. Everybody remember, beer of the pod. Yards, 2SP, the Larimer, and Heather is among the big list of people that we owe beers to, because before the pandemic, we had a little studio, and either Yards, 2SP, or the Larimer would send beer in for it, and we would have beers. And so you were on the list now of you were definitely owed beers from us at the pod. So either you come to a
Yes.
tailgate or, we send it UPS. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. But
Sounds good to me. I like IPAs, so
we can get that for you.
We got you. That's not a problem.
it's very generous. Thank you guys.
Well, it's free for us, so it's not that generous. But that's okay.
You're sharing. That is actually, you could drink
Plus, it
all
sounds like we're about to pay
yourself,
shipping and handling, so I figure
Uber Eats, don't worry about it. Sons of Ben news, time to renew. Adam, you saw some of the membership stuff is leaking.
Yeah.
The scarf got out there. Some of the other, there's some good items in it. So
Look, I
sonsofben.com.
might get a membership this year. I don't even know. This might sound like something I'm interested in. It sounds like a good package this year.
Remind me to yank you off the capo stand this year.
You should have done that 3 years ago. I don't know what you're doing now.
We do have one note that we have our first apologize, Devin, for Sons of Ben the Pod. I don't know if you got this, but
Oh boy.
last episode, Adam or I accused Fang of being a player. Fang's representatives reached out, and Fang said, and I quote, "I ain't a player, I just crush a lot." So, thanks for clearing that up, Fang.
Yo, Fang needs to pretend like...
Devin, you look so worried when I do this.
This was I did not hear the Fang statement, so I was very worried the next words that are about to come out of your mouth.
Look, all I know is
Oh,
Alex
yeah.
Holly got a jersey. I'm not sure who else got a jersey, so I think we know who Fang's apple of his eye is right now.
Pretty much. And
Good choice. Good
yeah,
choice.
Heather didn't get a jersey. I didn't get a jersey. Devin, did you get a jersey?
I did not.
What is this
You gotta-
heavy cloth on my shoulders right now that I'm feeling? I don't even understand it. By the way, I will say this, that I'm wearing the New Jersey right now, and the lightning bolts are fantastic. That's probably my favorite thing about this. Like, I'm a big fan of weird soccer jerseys in America. I think America does a great job of having our lower divisions just make outrageous soccer jerseys for purchase. So this is the closest the Union have gotten to that, and I'm absolutely here for it.
All right, I was going to do this later, but since we brought it up, how does this
Yes.
jersey rank in the hierarchy of Union jerseys? How do you feel about it?
Okay, so the pinnacle of Union jerseys forever will be the Bethlehem Steel Black jersey. That thing was it was sublime in every sense of the way. My mom thought that jersey was designed by Dolce & Gabbana. That's how much she loved it. She was like, this is perfect. This is going to be it's authentically possibly my number 2, but if I'm a realist, it's my number 3, and it's only behind the all snake stripe down the middle. And I think it was the 2016 season where they put the single stripe, but then it was literally snake skin on the stripe. I thought that was the best Union jersey possibly ever. But this is top 3 easily. They knocked this one out of the park.
I agree, top 3.
Yeah, it's top 3 or so. I just like it because my disdain for Adidas and MLS having such control, where it's the only league, and I think all of soccer, that there is one brand and one style for an entire league, where everybody else is like, we can have Under Armour, we can have Nike, we can get the best deal and have really cool stuff, where it's so cookie cutter in MLS, where this is almost a throwback to the 90s where they had cool jerseys.
This
so
is MLS 1.0.
that was my thing. Yeah, definitely. Just going to clean this up real quick. Guys, Heather and I are under strict contractual obligations to mention the Philly World Cup 2026. So WWW Philadelphia 2026. Get on there. We're trying to bring the World Cup. Heather's worthy of this council. I just kind of like hitchhiked my way onto that sucker.
Yeah, whatever. You belong there. I think it's an awesome group, and I'm so pumped that we're gonna have an opportunity for it to come here to Philly, because it's happening. I mean, obviously go to the link and sign up, but what better place to come and play soccer than here in Philly with fans, everything.
2026, with the anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. We already know Major League Baseball's coming for the All-Star. It's going to be a great year, and just having the World Cup here is going to be great. I'm even looking forward just to FIFA coming to tour the city and us getting to show FIFA representatives, show off the city to them. So it's great.
Look,
Devin, anything? Oh, sorry.
No,
Adam,
I
go
was
ahead.
going to say, I'm a big fan of your MLB All-Star game here, but I'm really looking for the NBA All-Star game here. Let's bring the All-Star game of all All-Star games during the bicentennial. We need that, we need it all. Why not? They don't really overlap too much. I think maybe the NHL and the NBA All-Star game overlap a little bit, but beyond that, bring the Pro Bowl. Who gives a damn? Let's do it. Come on.
I don't think there is.
Go big or go home.
Last 2 bits. Drunken Union Zoom is still on Friday, guys. So harass Jared. I guess, Heather, you've never gotten harassed for that, have you?
I
now she
haven't.
will.
Yeah, now just check all of your DMs, because Jared will be harassing you to join Drunken Union Zoom it was born out of the pandemic, and it still goes on. And the highlight is one Mr. Jonathan Tannenwald holding court over the whole thing. It's I've never known that he can smile and laugh, but it happens on Drunken Union Zoom. So it's great. And Devin, you got anything on that Discord thing that you keep jamming down our throat?
Damn.
Nothing too crazy this week. Just a normal week in Union news.
Good. All right. Well, now we finally get to the main event. We get to talk to Heather, and we've got a laundry list of stuff to go over. So Cincinnati made your way to the University of Florida in Gainesville. And then how did the journey to Philadelphia become? Because it was what, the Charge, then the Independence, or the Independence and then the Charge?
Yeah, it was a charge first. So gosh, I had literally just graduated, and they luckily the women won 99 World Cup, and then they had the combine. And so I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna put my master's on hold and go try out. And next thing you know, I was coming to Philly and absolutely fell in love with the city. Just thought I would come and play professional soccer for a year or two and then go back and get my master's. And yeah, it was just the Charge, especially, it was amazing. Our fan base, just being able to play professional soccer here was definitely like a dream come true.
Yeah. Now, we talk about the NWSL, and in about 32 seconds, Adam's going to make his pitch to get a team. But my question for you, which is really just weird because I like to see that the NWSL is building up. I want to get your opinion, but was the University of Florida the best facilities you got to train in, even as a professional?
It was ridiculous. I mean, I didn't realize how nice it was until, I graduated and then I started playing in the league. It was pretty spectacular what they were offering to all the college athletes there. It's top notch. Yeah.
Yeah, because we keep saying, like, why don't these leagues have these top training facilities like they should for what is arguably probably in America the best national team that we have is our women's team, and the NWSL hasn't caught up just yet. So hopefully they do. But Adam, do you want to make that pitch?
Well, I first want to point out that, and there's no way on God's green earth Heather remembers this, but when she was a member of the Philadelphia Charge, they had a autograph session at the Franklin Institute for the opening of the new athletic exhibit in the Franklin Institute, and I was there, and I have Heather's autograph still to this day. And it was signed, and it was her. I believe Hope
Sweet.
Solo was also on it. There was a whole little collection, and I
Yeah.
was like, at the time, all my friends were just like, "Who are you even talking to?" I'm like, "Do you not know who's sitting there? Do you not?"
I
Like,
know.
I was geeking out, and so I'm a huge, obviously, soccer fan, but I've been like a huge women's athletic fan my entire life. I've had all my family members are top athletes. My sister played college tennis. My father
Awesome.
played college tennis. Like we were all a collection of it, and it's like
So cool.
I grew up with women. My mother, my grandmother. I grew up surrounded by women, and to me it was always kind of watching them watch sports. To me was always fun, but I was always just like, where's your next level? Like, what is the next level for you? And like, what's the next level for my sister? And like all of this, and I'm just like, it baffles the mind to me, specifically that Philadelphia lacks an NWSL team, a WNBA team, and now the Women's Hockey League. All three of these should be in Philadelphia because the production and the talent level that we produce in the city, it makes no sense to not celebrate that. If we want to do youth academies, the whatever women's team the Philadelphia put together probably have one of the best youth academies in the country just on the product we produce here. So it's like,
Right.
I don't get it. I don't know why I'm making this pitch. It just should be a slam dunk to me, honestly. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is heartbreaking because I do agree with you. The fact that if you're an athlete, this is where you want to be. We have everything there is to offer, but unfortunately, I've been through 2 leagues now that haven't been able to succeed here. And the Charge, I mean, our fan base was the best in the league. And unfortunately, it was just the model that didn't work well. But I will say the second time around, I felt like our model was better, but where we are based, we didn't get the same fan base. I remember that Sons of Ben came out towards the end of one of our games, and it was like the most exciting game to play at, but it was one game, So if we could have like kept that up, then I think it would have been completely a different scenario. But I do think that the model the second time around just didn't work, unfortunately. But I wish I knew what it was, because I do feel like here we do get another opportunity down the road. It would hopefully work the third time's
I mean,
the charm,
don't put
right?
a team in Westchester. That'll start You know, I mean, just I love Delco, like, or I love Chester, like the next guy, but no, that's not how you're going to bring the people out. It's putting on Westchester University's campus when the best highway to get to it is 202. But you know, I mean, like that's a part of it too. That's a part of all of this is you got to put
Yeah.
the pieces in the right space to begin with before you can even allow it to grow.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
I agree with you.
Adam, I think you've got part of your executive team now. Since you want to be GM, you
I
can
know,
bring
right?
Heather
I'm
on
like,
board.
can
You know,
you?
Look, if I had a Heather Mitz in on the posse, you know, that's as a ringing endorsement as you get right there. That's a strong backing right there. Look, we'll be the new Mia Hamm out in US and LAFC. We'll just bring it to Philadelphia. It'll be beautiful.
I mean, listen, I think he's got about 25% of our 50 podcast guests that have already jumped
Look,
on
I
board.
got
So, I mean,
exactly.
we've got to
There
have
you
a
go.
committee.
I just
vote
need
at
the
some
union ownership.
I'm
If they just want to drop a couple $1 million, that'd be fun. But that's about it.
no biggie.
Adam, I don't know if you saw, but Jay Sugarman's iStar stock is through the roof right now. It's like doing GameStop kind of stuff.
Look, I didn't want to point that out, but I was just saying he might have like 10 or 12 bucks to spare at the moment if he just, you know, feels inclined to, you know, develop a soccer club. I don't know. He runs Crystal Palace. He might as well give us a team. I mean, it just makes no sense.
No, that's Josh. You're getting the guys
Oh,
wrong.
that's right. Josh Harris and Jay Sugarman are kind of the same person to me in a lot of ways, so I understand that.
Don't edit that out, Devin.
Keep
He's
that.
never getting another jersey
No, keep
again.
that. What? Josh Harris does a fine job with the first place Sixers. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, and they could put the arena right next to the Sixers facility for the stadium. You know.
Yes, let's put them in Camden. That definitely is going to help the stock. We were trying. Westchester wasn't good enough. Let's put them in Camden, New Jersey. That'll do it.
I could get to Camden in 5 minutes. Westchester's like 3 hours and
Look,
322.
I love my people of New Jersey. Are you trying to go to Camden to watch a soccer game right now?
You know where I keep my boat, Adam?
Yes, I
in
do.
lovely Camden. Come on.
I do.
Yes, come on.
Only to go
Right
see.
next to Heather and I's mutual friends, we have our marina in Camden.
Look,
so
that's just
come on,
to
it's the
see.
city of light.
That's just to see the Grateful Dead at BB&T. Don't lie about that.
It's a good time. So, Adam mentioned it. There was an event at the Franklin Institute, and it was like you and Hope Solo. You have to have so many stories from these Olympic teams between some of the characters that you had on these, to let alone just being an Olympic village. Is there anything that's safe for the air for you to mention between any of these Olympics?
I'm like trying to think if there's anything that I can mention.
There's like we can't mention anything that happened in like none of this in 2002 stuff.
What was life like in the Olympic Village?
Well, so soccer is a totally different beast because we're the only sport that does not start off in the village like every other sport, because we're spread out all over, playing in different venues. Right. So that kind of sucks. I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, it allows us to focus because we're stuck in hotels just like we would be in any other major tournament or, a game. So by the time you get, I think, to the semifinals, if you make it to the semifinals, then you get to go to the village. And then you still have 2 more games. But they don't even stick you in the USA house. They stick you in like this other house with a bunch of other like random countries.
You were hanging out with America Samoa.
I'm really selling it right now. But regardless, by the time we get there, we're just so pumped to like be in the village and see all the other athletes. And I feel like everybody else is either they've already competed and they're like getting ready to go home, or people have just been there like partying nonstop and are like already so checked out. So it ends up being a really good thing for the soccer team because we can kind of just focus primarily on soccer. And then after we're done, we just enjoy ourselves for like 3 or 4 days. So that's always been my experience. It's very different, but to us, we don't know any different, and it's still amazing. But I think most other Olympic athletes' experiences are just much more profound. They have all the amazing stories. Ours is very lackluster and boring.
Well, see, kids, become an Olympic gold medalist, and you can have a boring time at the Olympic Village. You know.
No,
I didn't have a boring time. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay. See, now the stories are going to come out
no.
soon.
What she means is the best time is being a skeet shooter because they get like 2 events, then they get to sit around the Olympic Village all day. That's where you need to. It's like
Yeah.
soccer is not the most ideal Olympic experience, but it's a good time regardless.
Ribbon gymnastics. That's where the
Well-
party is.
Yes. I mean, and the track athletes and the swimmers and all of them, they
Team
live
Jamaica
it up.
House.
But I will say it's always fun because after my experiences have been pretty amazing because we've been able to be pretty
Whoa.
successful. See, Floridian slip being in the Olympics in the Village. But so anyway, God, I just got so frazzled. So after winning, then we literally just party for 3 days straight, nonstop. And you're up in the morning, you're doing new stuff, and then you're partying again. And it's just so much fun to be able to prepare for that for an entire year and then finally be able to celebrate with your teammates. I mean, there's nothing better than usually like your loved ones are over there, your family, and they pretty much they treat you pretty well after you've especially for being a USA athlete and then also for having success.
Now, do the gold medals get you special privilege? Like when you're getting in an argument with AJ, or when you got to get the kids to bed, can you just whip out a gold medal and be like, "Yo, I won this for our country. Do the dishes." Does that kind of stuff work, or?
I mean, I really don't use them as much as I should.
I think we have to borrow her medals, guys,
Look,
because we'll put it to
I
way
show
more
off
good
my
use.
marathon medals. Like I'll put all of those around my neck some days and be like, "Yeah, I earned all of these." I don't know if anyone saw that, but like, no, if I had a gold medal, that would never leave my like. I would walk around the whole Olympic Village with that gold medal and be like, "Yes, I was the best." Did you see that? Did you see what I did?
So because you guys can see me, but
Yeah.
not everybody else can see me, I'm just gonna show you something really funny. So hold on a second. I'm gonna get my my
Please.
medals.
Oh,
out. Hold
yeah.
on.
This is perfect.
Yes, I'm here for this.
See, this is stuff you don't get on any other pod, you know?
Oh no, it's like well, you get gold. I mean, look, we've had the supporter shield on the. Have we actually had the supporter shield on the pod? Has it been a guest
We've
yet
had
on
the
the pod?
We have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Matt's
yeah,
had
so
it.
I was just looking for it.
Now you guys know where my hiding
Exactly.
place is. Okay, ready?
It's in an Under Armour sock. That's the best part.
No, don't say that.
It's so, no, but it's like it's great. Like that's where I would keep my gold medal. This is amazing.
Oh, man.
Those are
Wow.
oh my god.
There
And
you
those,
go.
like, that is absolutely
That
nuts. So
crazy?
so the purple one
Yeah.
is which?
So I'm just gonna
We can
start from
Yeah.
my first one. This was
Athens.
This was
Yes.
Athens, which is really cool because it was
Right,
back to
right,
the original.
right,
That was my
yes.
Right.
first. So
Mhm.
there's that guy, and then this is China,
yes, yes, yes.
Oh, yeah.
and it's got jade. It's made of
That's
jade, which is
awesome.
like good
That's
luck.
actually really cool.
And then this is London. London's is like
Oh,
huge.
man.
It actually
What's that,
It-
like?
it hurts
Yeah,
your
is that
neck.
like 20
It
pounds?
hurts your neck when you've been wearing. Yeah, I mean,
that's
it's
very
ridiculous.
vindicative of England because they're just like we're gonna make the most like clunky, outlandish, not even that
Outlandish.
good looking metal. We're just gonna be like our logo is gonna be weird on it. It's gonna be weird. You'll enjoy it. You won't wear it often.
Yeah, but I feel like
Yeah, but I just thought it was funny. It's
That's
in my
the best
sock.
part of this whole thing.
I know that's. I feel like if America did it, we'd have it like spinning rims, though, if we had the gold medals. So that London one isn't that bad.
No,
you
I'm
know?
I'm totally excited to see if we have another Summer Olympics in the United States, what the medals would be, because I just assume they're just the most audacious
like-
looking things we've ever seen. Like it's like Nelly's grills from like the late 2000s, just diamonds everywhere for no reason.
Well, be sponsored by the Kardashians. You know, they would be the influencer for designing the medals.
I mean, look, it could be worse. It honestly could be worse. We could have some of those medals that were like I remember they were like puzzles sometimes. A less elaborate gold medals, the better. I like that.
Now,
Very
Yeah.
classy.
Now, speaking of gold medals, can you, because I'm going to pray you can do this way better than Adam and I can you let us know more about what you're up to now? Because, see, Devin and I, we're svelte. We're in great shape. We've got Pelotons, but Adam needs some
We
help
do.
because he's got a capo season coming up. And we know you do something about the gold medal mentality. So we're wondering, how could you help Adam achieve the Heather Mitts gold medal mentality?
Well, if you need a little one-on-one coaching, I do that. And then I do some, as you mentioned, some motivational speaking. I call it the gold medal mindset, but really it's just kind of the lessons that I've learned from actually a young age that allowed me to have success. And then obviously through my playing days, everything that kind of carries on to help me in my life today. And so let me know. Let me know if you need a little one-on-one coaching.
I like when Matt projects himself through me. I like that. I appreciate that. Because I'll take it. That's fine. I also need as much life coaching as I possibly can, especially during stage 2 of pandemic. But hey, what you gonna do? But yeah, no, it's look, I have respect for any person who's a therapist right now because they are not out of work.
I'm not considered a therapist.
No, I mean, I'm just saying. No, I'm saying that, and I know the legal terminology with that, so I don't want to consume that. But I'm just saying to generally anyone who's out there trying to help anyone right now. I'm like, you're booked, you're covered.
Yeah.
There are people that need you somewhere.
Yes. It's very unfortunate what's going on right now. So just trying to have a positive mindset is, I think, necessary for
Crucial.
everybody, no matter what.
Adam, you're right. I mean, especially in these times, everybody does need some kind of help. But Heather, can you kind of explain a little bit more about the training and how people can go to your website and just get that extra bit of motivation, that bit of support, the cheerleading that they might need?
Yeah, well, there's a bunch of stuff that I'm doing right now, including not only the motivational speaking, but I'm also doing coaching as well online for athletes that are facing adversity on and off the field. But I also am really excited because I just started this strength and conditioning program for female athletes, and it's called Train Like Legends. And it's actually, it combines world-class programming and instructional videos that they can do on their phones. And it's basically what allowed me, I think, to stay on the women's national team for as long as I did, was because I was so focused on that part of it, of my game. And so I just want to share that with the youth and help them to reach their highest potential.
Yeah, and it's funny doing the research for the show, because Devin and Adam laugh. I actually do research on this, but as a player, you were always, the slight was like you were undersized, or you weren't going to be tough enough to handle that next level, whether it's Division 1 or professional, or of course, the world's highest stage, the women's national team. So these are, I guess, some of the things that you did throughout your career.
Yeah, I mean, I was 5'4". I'm 120 pounds. I'm definitely, I've always been one of the smaller ones. And I feel like, I had to work on the strength portion of it just to give myself the best opportunity to be able to compete with the athletes out there. I was going up against Abby Wambach. She's 6 foot, 180 pounds. So I think that part of it definitely made a difference. And then obviously I was always one of the fittest, if not the fittest player on the U.S. women's national team. And I feel like that always helped me, because when I got out there on the field, I never had to worry about whether or not I was going to get tired. I could just go out there and perform and play. And that was the best part about it.
Great. So what is the website for everybody to go to? Because I will screw it up.
No,
You know that.
This is an easy one. I think you could do this, Matt. It's www.trainlikelegends.com.
I can figure that out. I might have to put that right after www.philadelphia2026.com. We'll put that.
I like
Put
that.
that right after there.
I like
And we're going to
that.
sign up Adam Christopher Booth, if that's okay.
You remembered my middle
Definitely.
name. Thank you.
It-
Not everyone says it.
Adam, it's been a couple of years we've known each other. I remember that. Your
I
birthday,
do.
no,
No, you shouldn't. It's a
but
very.
but
It's
your
in
middle
middle.
name
It's
I
in
will
March.
remember. Because
Honestly,
I
I
like
might go to AC Booth now. I like that. You know, Adam Christopher. I might just cut out the middleman.
I like to be able to call you by your full name when I'm yelling at you for things you say over the megaphone.
Look, we're very like after just hearing about AJ Feely twice, I'm feeling like two letter first names are actually the way to go here now. You know.
All right, let's get through some union news and we can get Heather's thoughts, opinions, and on all this. Now, I guess you could help us with this. February 10th, we find out who and where the union play in the Champions League. So it's either they are going to Mexico, Costa Rica, Nicaragua. I'm assuming you've played in all these countries. What were
Yeah.
those trips like? Because we're going to have to live through you because the union are going to
Ooh.
get to go down there, but us, the fans, are probably not going to be able to go down, which we
Right.
were so looking forward to.
I'm sneaking.
So is their situation the same though, where they aren't able to attend?
We don't know yet. They're going to do the draw on the 10th, and April, the weekend after opening weekend, is when they're going to decide who plays and where. And we don't know if they're going to have those teams come up to the States or vice versa, but that's what
okay.
they're saying. So we were hoping for, hey, April, we get a spring break trip to Costa Rica and lovely San
Yeah.
Jose.
Ooh. That would be
Yeah,
nice.
well, San Jose isn't that nice. The rest of the country's beautiful.
The irony of us going to being in the Champions League the one year we physically can't go to Champions League matches is just so Philadelphia. It almost hurts. It's just it's so on
so
brand though. It's like, of
sad.
course we win the Supporter Shield this year, and of course we're going to the Champions League this year.
Shoots. Oh. You know, it can happen
I'm just
again.
happy the Eagles won the Super Bowl when we're not in a pandemic. That's fine.
Like we were saying, the kit release parties this weekend and next weekend. So I think there still might be some slots left. They're doing a whole tour. Adam, why don't you tell us? Because you did the tour. I didn't get
So-
to. I was babysitting the Shield.
You were.
And you're walking around getting free
I am.
swag and taking like 3D glasses.
I was
and-
taking selfies too. I got a personalized jersey. Even though everyone got their names on the back, but I have enough of that random gear where I have my own name on the back. So I actually got a player this time. So I went with Corey Burke, you know, star.
Okay.
Only because he put the game. He
Nice.
didn't make the game-winning goal, but when he scored the goal, I knew we had the shield. So that's the significance of that to me. That's big. Yeah.
Like that. That's very low.
Adam, for Devin and Heather, what is the Corey Burke scoring song again?
Scory Burke do 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 Scory Burke do 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 Scory Burke do 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 Scory Burke. Oh,
My
the
kids would
children,
really
the
like
children
that.
love it.
Thank you.
The children
they go
love
nuts,
the Scory
right?
Burke.
Devin has a 4-year-old. So when Adam started that,
Yeah.
he wanted to attack him physically because it just triggered the trauma of listening to that on Alexa over and over and over
The
again.
children love it. The children love it. The parents.
Didn't
not
that
so
song
much.
win a Grammy?
Right.
Because it should have. I don't even know what we're doing. No, but look, the first shout outs, but yeah, I was there. You know, we went through the tunnel finally, so we saw where the tunnel club that they were building for last season that we didn't really get to use. I walked through there. They had a nice little setup there. Had some mannequins that freaked me the hell out with face shields on them. I'm like, that's a real person. No, it's not. Oh my god. But legitimately, the color scheme was great. You know, we had 3D or not 3D glasses, but like tinted glasses that made all of the lights look like lightning bolts, which was super cool. I actually thought that was a really cool touch. And you know, walked around the stadium, saw a big video from Fang, saw some videos from both Alejandro and Paxton Aronson. So we saw the youth there as well. And look, the union PR has never been an issue. The union PR system always puts on a good time, you know, and that was for social distancing and all the circumstances. It was great, you know, and the kit. I mean, I can't see. I'm wearing it now. I've worn it for 2 days straight now, and I might wear it again tomorrow if I feel like it. You know, it's a quality shirt here. I'm a big fan of this.
One word, Adam, Febreze.
Oh, you know,
Do it for us.
man. I went to college once. I know how this goes.
Now, you brought up a good point, Adam, and I want to get Heather's point because then I'll go off on a tangent. But you said you, instead of getting your last name on the jersey, you got Corey Burke.
Yeah.
Heather, what is your opinion about grown adult men putting their own jersey or own name on a jersey for a team that they don't play for?
Yeah, it's different. It's different. You know, I think I would probably end up picking my favorite player if it were me.
I've
Totally agree. You're saying it's so much nicer than I would, but yeah, don't get your own name on the jersey. Just pick a player and stick with it, or get it blank.
well, they here's the thing: the union gave out a bunch of them, and then they did it for the people already. So like all these people already had their names on the back of those jerseys, and like if the media members did that, like you can't as a media member, you
Right.
get a jersey with your name on the back. You might not even wear it, but like you got it.
You know what though? Now that I think about it, I think it's kind of cool for people to feel like they're part of the team. So I do get that. I get that aspect also. So hey, whatever floats your boat.
whatever
So-
you feel like. That was the
Yeah, so I look like the bad guy. That's fine. I'll take that.
Yeah, Matt.
Yeah, man.
Hop off your
Stop
pedestal.
being so
Come on, Matt.
judgmental, Matthew. Let the people have their fun.
Oh, speaking of fun,
Sorry,
No,
Matt.
we're
I
so
threw you under
thankful
the
you
bus
did,
on that
though.
one.
Thank you so much. That was content.
you're not the first. You're not the last. Don't worry. I've got 2 more years in my reign, so I'm okay. I'm secure right now. I can't get impeached.
Wait, we got
just
term
yet.
limits now?
I'm trying to push for term limits. What are you talking about?
I'm tired.
But speaking of greatness, Adam, your friend from Wayne, Pennsylvania, represented the men's national team against that powerhouse TNT. 7-0. What were your thoughts on that game, Adam?
First off, let's never disrespect Trinidad and Tobago again, because they have the whole like we could beat Trinidad and Tobago for the next 37 years, and they're saying like, hey, remember 2018? And you're just like, mother bleep. Like every single time you'll just be like, god dang. But no, look, they did what they were supposed to do. I mean, like, and I hate to be the arrogant American here, but I'm like, there's 360 million of us. We should be able to find 11 dudes to beat Trinidad and Tobago. Like, that's just, like, I'm sorry, but that's, like, kind of how that goes, you know? So, like, yeah, 7-0. Yes, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Italy would do that to Cyprus, you know? England would do that to Northern Ireland. That's how that goes, you know? You are a superior product. They didn't put Matt in the game. I'm upset. You know, obviously, and here's the thing, I'm a big fan of Matt Turner. I know he plays for New England and we have our little beef with them, but I was one of the first people to tell you that Matt Turner should be a U.S. goalkeeper. Like, he should best be in consideration for the U.S. goalkeeping. Is he better than Stefan? We can have another conversation for another day about that, but like, he should be in the conversation. But Wayne, PA, the illustrious, the stalwart of the main line, Wayne, Pennsylvania, keeps getting brighter and brighter with national team members. See, we don't even want to talk about the fact that Matt Freese technically won us the Shield because he was the goalie of merit during the game of the Shield. We'll talk about that later. But now we're getting on the national team spectrum here. We're getting the W up to the highest levels. I mean, who could not enjoy this? This is a great time for us all.
I think we have to explain to Heather why Devin and I were drinking the entire time. Anytime Adam mentions the city of Wayne, Pennsylvania, we drink because apparently Adam is
Oh.
from
That's
a
fun.
certain town and he probably plugs that city 20 times, Devin, you think, an episode?
If
I'll
we
take the over
weren't
on
the
that.
home of the possible best youth academy in the United States right now, why would I brag about it so often? But it just so happens that's the truth. So what do you want me to do?
You don't live in Wayne, right, Heather? Just making sure.
No, I don't live in Wayne.
She used to play
I like
right next
Wayne.
to it.
Did you guys drink?
Oh.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
drinking.
Yes. There you get your sips in, gentlemen. I'm actually immune to this because I'm from there. So I get ginger ale.
Let's
Mhm.
Devin,
Is that how
let's
that
try to
works?
get this
Okay.
let's try to get this train back on its tracks and get through the news. The MLS collective bargaining,
That's
guys,
the catch. It never was.
is extended to Friday at midnight. So we are going to pull this thing out further and further and further. Of course, after we sent out press releases to everybody saying let them play, and got on Commissioner Garber, they're going to extend it one more day. So hopefully they get this thing going. Have you ever had to go through collective bargaining, Heather, with either of the leagues that you were in?
Yeah.
Because this is the second time in 2 years that the MLS Players Association is going through this. And for fans, it's like we were talking about, oh, we won the Supporters Shield. We get to go to Champions League, but we can't travel. That's how we feel now. We're like, wait, they could lock the players out on this team where finally we're a top 5 team in the league, a top 4 team, and we might not get a season. So we're just praying that they make a deal and get this thing going.
Yeah, unfortunately, because of the leagues that we were in, I don't feel like we got to that point where we were able to negotiate. But obviously, with the U.S. Women's National Team, we've had to do that a bunch of times, and they're fighting right now, and they're going to have to do a much better job at their next agreement. So I get it. Hopefully they can get it to all work out
On both fronts. And we might get Adams riled up in a minute if we mention the U.S. women's team and U.S. soccer and our friend of the pod, Ernie, and getting everything done, because we are baffled at the ineptness of how they treat the best team in American sports right now. So it's just crazy. Devin, speaking of best teams, the Sons of Ben Derby was today, man. Chelsea was playing Tottenham.
It was.
Devin, you want to walk us through that? What happened, or any comments on your 8th place Tottenham?
I have no comments.
Wait,
It was it was not a barn burner. It was a 1-0
on a penalty at that.
You know,
That had
on a penalty.
On the world's
it was
like
it was not a
worst
great call.
penalty. Like not I'm like no, it was a great call. Eric Dyer is just like a bonehead with that play that he had. It just is not. They did not shower themselves in glory.
No, it's okay.
Today.
Eric Dyer will probably be playing for Arsenal very soon to replace David Luiz.
I just assumed that you realized that this was the revolt against Mourinho. That is the inevitability of his, coaching. Like every team eventually just has a mutiny, and this is the beginning of the Tottenham mutiny.
It's funny because that's the thing around it. But the thing is always like he wins.
Yeah.
He wins a little
You didn't
bit,
get
and
the
then that
winning.
happens. But of
You
course,
didn't
with
get the
Tottenham,
winning
it's like no, we skipped that
Look,
part.
it's
We skipped
always
right
fun
over
because you get like 3 trophies. Like you get yourself like 1 Premier League, you get a FA Cup, and even like the Carabao. You get one of those cups every year when you get Jose. But he came to Tottenham and is like, I can't even win here. Like I'm a guaranteed trophies. I can't get stuff here
that.
done.
Yeah.
He's shooting for a Europa title for Tottenham. Don't worry.
Man, what was that? What was that title y'all did with? Was that the Audi Cup? Was it that? What was the trophy that Tottenham got after losing Champions League and then got another trophy? It was like literally like the Audi Cup or something. I feel bad for Tottenham. That's a really good squad that it just keeps getting dicked over one way or another. And it's gonna be funny when Ponch down in freaking PSG just wins everything and France has to offer. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that a
Now,
sore
Heather,
spot?
do you have a horse in the race for the Premier League? Are there any teams that you know? Any league or?
I'm a mom of 3. I honestly never watch TV, period. I don't even know what's going on with the U.S. Women's National Team.
They continue to be dominant.
So
I don't even get to watch their games.
So-
I mean, I'm checked out right now because of my kids. So I feel like once they get to like a halfway decent age where they're not getting up every 10 minutes, like both my sons were in here since I've been on with you. So I don't get enough sleep as is. I like legit can't follow anybody right
So
now.
Southampton.
I think
It's a lame excuse,
No.
but it's what I'm going with.
listen, motherhood is not a lame excuse, and I think we found out breaking news. Heather Mitz is the only person in America during the pandemic that didn't see Tiger King. You did. We didn't break any
No,
news.
Yeah.
first off, Matt, you didn't have to even watch TV to see Tiger King. That was beamed into your corneas by Netflix themselves. Like they were like, "You're gonna see this. You need this."
I actually think that was the only thing that I watched during quarantine.
So
The only thing.
did that lady kill her husband and feed him to the tigers?
There's no
Absolutely.
doubt. I don't even know why people are still debating this. There's no evidence of this man,
Yeah.
and it's the perfect crime. Obviously, the Tigers ate that dude. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah,
And
they're all bad news, though.
and I just heard that AJ's not letting you get tigers at the house.
No, I would never. I'm working on a pig, though.
Very
so
intelligent.
we have chickens.
Very intelligent.
Yes,
They can play
they
video
are
games.
very
I've seen
intelligent.
it.
Yeah.
They're actually really good. I like pigs.
Yeah.
That's who the union will sign for their next
EMLS.
EMLS league is a talented pig to. It'll be better than Jay Ajayi.
That is a Super Bowl champion that all we could do is clown by being beat by 12-year-olds in FIFA, like 17-9. But like he got beat like by 15-0 some games. You're like, that dude's 14 and has never lifted a weight, and you're Jay bleeping Ajayi. What is the difference here? Tell me, explain to me. Oh man, poor guy.
And he is still ducking you, isn't he?
Look, man. At this point, I haven't played FIFA in 2 years either, so I might get beat by a 4-year-old. I can't even tell you that. So that. But if he wants me in Call of Duty, I'm here for that.
Yeah. The only thing I had left was Devin. We just alumni news. One Mr. Aronson had another. Well, he didn't start, but he got in halftime, and I believe Mackenzie did get time. So the alumni are doing well. Heather, I don't know if you've kept up, but two of the Union's Academy guys, respectively 20 and 21, were sold this year for a collective, I want to say, $13 million to European teams, and they're over there
Wow.
playing now. So it's the magic beans that you probably remember from your time helping out with the Union, where they were starting the academy. It's starting to
Yeah.
produce. It's
That's cool.
We've got 5 kids that are going to be 17 or 18 that are on the first team for this season. And
Wow, that's awesome.
we had the academy director on, and he whispered a couple names like, oh yeah, that kid's going to be legit this year as a 17, 18-year-old. So we're pretty excited to be maybe the Ajax of the MLS, where we're going to be developing young American talent and sending them off. So we've been trying to follow these guys as best we can to support and see how they're doing. So Brendan Aronson, he is over in Salzburg, and his little brother, who's 17, will be on the first team this year.
Wow, both. That's amazing.
And the best part is the little sister's supposed to be the most talented one out of the group.
No way.
We've had the father on, and he can.
Which is why I need a women's team.
So where's she training? Where's she training?
Medford, New Jersey. She's, I think, 14 or 15.
No way.
She's Rusty Aronson runs Fearless and Real, New Jersey. Or Real, Jersey.
Okay.
And she plays for the Real.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're out of Medford. Yeah, and she's supposed to be
Wow.
a terror.
Amazing family.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
crazy. Devin, do we have anything else? I think we all need to do some Super Bowl predictions before we wrap this up.
That's
Oh
very
my
on
God.
brand.
Come on.
Of course.
Well, it's we've
Yeah.
got someone that knows the NFL in Heather, not you, Adam. And I have to go with Kansas City since that's where my girlfriend's from.
That's fair. That's fair. All right.
Oh, this is such a tough decision.
Yeah, we can wait
Are
for
you guys waiting on me?
Yes. We can go with. Here's the thing. If
You can
real,
flip a
if for real
coin.
though, we can go with Devin first.
I mean,
Devin, what you got for
yeah,
us?
go Devin.
I'll buy you some time here. I think Tom Brady does it again. Tampa Bay.
God.
Yeah, Tampa
That's
Bay
it.
does it. I mean, they're playing at home. Like it's a cheat code this
Yeah.
time around. You got Tom Brady in a home game in the Super Bowl. Like that. That's not. And Florida's allowing fans at this thing. That's 3 levels of like, damn, nothing we can do here. Tom Brady gets the dub.
He doesn't have Belichick videotaping practices.
No, but
there's no advantage.
no,
He
he has
doesn't
the
need
greatest.
Belichick. If he has proved anything this season,
He
he's
has the
proved he
greatest
does not
wide
need
receiving
him.
core he's ever had as a player. Like he's literally throwing to like first receivers all across the board. It's yeah, no. I love the Chiefs. I actually have a great respect for the Chiefs, and I think they'll
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
this a great game. And I think Patrick Mahomes is basically the Seth Curry of football right now. Like he's changing the game and how we look at it. However, look, man, we were just watching Eagles highlights earlier today, and somehow Tom Brady's still doing this thing. I don't know. I'm not arguing with it. It's just it's Thanos. It's inevitable.
I wish I had this conversation with my husband beforehand so I could report back to you guys on what he thinks. But I'm a big fan of Kansas City and the Chiefs, but I just what Tom Brady has done this year, I'm like, my mind is blown. So I can't root against him.
So does that mean you're telling AJ to get back in the
So I'm
league?
going. No, we are so content just sitting and watching on
Like,
the
AJ,
couch.
if Tom
It's a
can do it,
very,
you
very
can.
good
Get out there.
spot.
Look,
I mean, even AJ is like, wow, like he's impressed by Tom. It just goes to show you, like,
It-
obviously
right.
who the
No,
problem was.
I love that. There's like in my back of my mind, in the most respectful way, I just see Giselle just tapping her foot, just being like, "You should have been done 3 years ago. Like, we're fine. You don't need to keep doing this. We're good." And she's like, "No." He's like, "Nope. I got 5 more years in me. Don't worry. 48-year-old terrific Tom."
Well, he's waiting for the kids to get at that age where he doesn't have to like really do a lot of work. That's all
No.
he's doing. So that's why he's got that job that travels.
No, he's
you know?
waiting for them.
He's letting her do all the heavy lifting.
He's waiting for them to come play with him. That's what they want. He wants to throw touchdowns to his own children. That's where we're at now.
All right,
The
so
LeBron theory.
it's 3-1. It's Tampa Bay versus me and the lowly Chiefs. We're gonna see. I think we might have to put some side action on this.
If it makes you
everyone.
feel any better, I'm rooting for the Chiefs to win. Like, I'm rooting for them to
Yeah,
win.
you can't go wrong. I'm still a big
Who is
Andy
it?
Reid fan. And
Yeah.
I'm a Mahomes
Travis
fan
Kelce
too.
is
So
an
can't go wrong.
I'm here for all Travis Kelce content. Like anything that involves that guy on my television screen, I am here for. And I just want to see Tyreek Hill run. Just watching him run a straight line is like watching a gazelle in its natural habitat. I love it.
I just thought Kelsey was gonna tear at the heartstrings of Heather being from Cincinnati, but I guess that just wasn't enough. That Skyline Chili love wasn't enough to bring it
Oh,
home.
Bearcats.
You know, I just love the fact that you guys dropped his name. I was like, all right, good enough.
Good enough. All right, Devin, do we have anything else before we finally let our guest go and get some rest?
I got nothing.
All right. Heather, thank you so much for hopping on with us. We hope we can convince you and the family to come down to a Union game once we're allowed back. We'll make sure you guys get seats kind of away from the rowdiness, but we do need you to come up.
No,
We do need to get you to come up
No.
with on the podium with Adam and help him out with some of the chants.
All right, it sounds good. I would love to bring my kids down there. It's such a great atmosphere. I can't wait for them to be there and see what it's like to be at an actual Union game and to get our new kits. Are you kidding? It's going to be so much
Let
fun.
us,
Can't
as
wait.
soon as we know we can get
Thanks for
people in
having me
there,
on.
we will get you there. But thank you so much for coming on. Devin, Adam, thanks a lot. Everybody out there, that was episode Hugh Douglas. And remember, wash your
By
hands.
the New Jersey.